Hello lovely people, welcome back to the farm at Freewarden. Come along with us this morning as we go on our morning chores. See that strip of pink right below the clouds? That's right above the sun. Right there, my finger would be covering the sun. We're not always a practitioner of this, but Holistic Hilda from Wise Traditions podcast recommends being out to greet the sun every day, that it's important to be there when the sun rises. Our fly trap paper has been working very well. We have thousands, tens of thousands of flies. Do you think it's made an impact on the fly population on our property? Negligible. Perhaps I've seen a decrease of 1 to 2%. I don't know, it's hard to tell, right? We're not out there counting flies. Oh, I see the sun. The sun is coming out between the clouds. There it is. Right there. We can see the sun. I get really excited about this kind of stuff. This is a beautiful pasture. It's planted with 5 different types of grass, clover that's coming naturally. So there's not a whole lot of that around here right now. And then alfalfa. And I just mowed this 15 days ago. I mowed it down to about 3 to 4 inches, somewhere in there, just because it was getting overgrown. So I hate it. You guys saw that in one of the previous videos. Some of us dealing with the hay there. I hate it. And now it's come back and it's 12 plus inches tall already again, just 15 days later. Would you get a load of that? So we have alfalfa here. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. And look at this. You got a point on this blade. A point on the blade of the grass means that it's recovered. We could have animals back out on this right now. That's the power of regenerative agriculture. That is the power of regeneratively raising sheep, chickens, goats, cows, whatever, on your pastures. I put absolutely zero, zilch, nada, artificial or synthetic fertilizers on this land. There's no chemical that touches this land. The only thing that touches this land are chicken feet, chicken butts, and sheep. And this is just resplendent, beautiful pasture. Now, let me show you what this looks like yesterday after having chickens on it and moving chickens off from it, okay? We're gonna go right up here next to the chicken tractor. So that's a chicken tractor. That's what we move the chickens around in. And this is the ground that they were on just yesterday. Isn't that gross? Look at all that manure. And you might think, Well, I wouldn't want my yard looking like that. That's disgusting. Where's all the grass? Look at all the manure. Okay. And yeah, 2 days before that, this is what the ground looked like. And 3 days before that, wait a second, what is this? Do my eyes deceive me, or is there actual growth coming back? Look at this. Look, we've got this little tiny alfalfa sprout. We've got grass, we've got clover. Oh, it's coming back. So 3 days ago, we took them off this, and there wasn't much left. Now let's go back 4 or 5 days. So this is probably actually a week ago we had them on this. And it did look just like this not that long ago. But now it looks like this. So here's the before the chickens. Here's an after the chickens. And here's a week after the chickens. Yeah, it still doesn't look great, but it's coming back. Here's a week and a day after the chickens, maybe a week and 2 days, and we left them on this spot for 2 days. So there's a little heavier manure buildup right there. Let's go back 2+ weeks ago. Chickens were here. You can't hardly tell that they were here. And it's grown back, and it's as tall as the stuff next to it, just about. So this is crazy. Once in a while we've got a spot that shows up like this, and this is the big embarrassing spot out here on the pasture. I'm not sure what's going on right here. I couldn't tell you for sure. All I know is that there's this big spot here that doesn't look like the rest of it. However, this is unusual. This is not the ordinary. Okay, so we do have a couple of spots that kind of get bared out, but they will come back. It's just going to take them a little bit longer. They have to be repopulated with the natural seed dropping from the plants or the root system coming back full strength. It will come back. And that's the beauty of this system, is no artificial inputs. And even if you had artificial inputs, you had chemical or synthetic inputs on this land, it's not going to come back the way that it would just doing this. And so maybe you got a bare spot here or there, but it does come back, and maybe it comes back as quickly as it would with the synthetic stuff. Now, another thing I've heard is using a lot of synthetic fertilizer might produce a lot of grass, but it's kind of what they call water grass, right? It's empty calories. It doesn't really produce a lot of nutrition. A lot of valuable nutritional content is missing, because you just can't produce synthetically what you can produce naturally. You let nature do its job, you let nature take its course, you work along with nature, moving the animals like they would be moved under predator pressure across the land, and they spread that manure for you, and then you get rich, succulent, delicious grasses, clovers, alfalfa, legumes. You just can't make this stuff up. This is awesome. Every year now we are building soil health. We are adding to our topsoil. We're adding to the nutrients. We're adding to the natural biome, the living world under our feet. This stuff just comes back stronger and stronger every year. So I get really excited when I see this, because it's like, I've read about it, I've seen it on video, but to actually be out here walking in the pasture that I just mowed about 15 days ago, and we got the hay in the barn from it, to see this coming back to the point where we could have sheep out here right now. There is something deeply satisfying and holistically fulfilling about this lifestyle. It's something that I can't explain it to you. It's something that we experience, and until you experience it, I don't think that you're going to, I don't think I could explain it to you if I had the words to explain it. But, you know, knowing me, being a guy who likes to talk, I'm probably gonna try anyway. Last year, we were just starting out and our pastures were not great. They were extremely weedy. You had 6+ foot tall weeds out here. We didn't have the animal pressure. We didn't have the grazing pressure on the pastures that we needed. And so I was getting out here and mowing, and none of it was gonna be good for hay. So we couldn't actually bring in any hay last year due to the fact that it was all full of weeds that were like a ½ inch in diameter. Our pastures have just naturally been less weedy. I'm expecting next year they'll also be, again, less weedy. The grass is just thick, whereas last year the grass was a little thin. The alfalfa has come back like 10 times as strong as it was last year. We have land here now that this year we've been able to hay. We've been able to pull extra forage off that the animals don't need this season, that we're gonna be able to stockpile in the barn for later this year or early next year, when we're in deep, deep winter and there's nothing left out here on the pastures. And now there's still plenty of time before the growing season is done for our pastures to recover. You see out here where the sheep are right now, just past this gate, we've mowed all of this within the last 10 days it's been mowed. So on one side mowed, on the other side mowed, and they actually kind of prefer to come out here and graze right now. We're not rotationally grazing them. We don't have a intensive grazing program going at this moment, but that's fine. Just suffice it to say that there's something that is extremely rewarding about knowing that we didn't do all this, but we had a hand in it and we managed it. We took care of it so that it would produce the way it produced. And we did it without any synthetic or chemical inputs. And our weeds have gone way down since last year, without any spray, just using animals, managing them, managing the land. And here we are today. It's beautiful. I love it. From me and the whole Free Warden family, take care, be safe, hug somebody, God bless you. Everything's gonna be okay. Peace.